people are really angry about how Labour has, failed to call it a genocide or have failed to sort of bring any measures in really against the Israeli government.
So we're now outside the Green Party campaign headquarters. I'm about to interview Hannah Spencer, the parliamentary candidate. She's a plumber by profession, whereas the Reform candidate is an academic turned GB News presenter.
The stakes are massive because I think it's already shown that people can reject the old typical parties that we've all always felt like we have to vote for. Labour are so out of the race, like they dropped out before it even began, I think, really. I am not from a political background. I wasn't political at all, really, until I lived in this constituency a few years ago. And that was because I just saw right in front of me, like, the issues everywhere. And I had quite a challenging period of my life when I lived here. And I also saw how much harder life is when the things around you aren't working. And then it was when I moved as well that I saw that difference become even more stark.
And why the Green Party?
It was the closest one that fit in with my values, not just in terms of policy, but also in how we do democracy. So the fact that we as members decide our policy is quite important, and that we're not told what to do by leaders.
Yes.
We have a leadership structure, but every single one of us is the same. I think he's really problematic. I think he's got some really extreme views that aren't welcome here. I think he's said some deeply offensive things, and he's said some really racist things, as well as being very sexist. And I know from my friends who are Muslim, like from my neighbours who are Muslim, from the people that I work with who are Muslim, that they have the same British values that I do, and that's caring for each other, that's looking after each other, and it's working hard. And I think to list an entire demographic of people and say that they're one thing is really offensive. I'm really proud to stick up for my Muslim neighbours who are as British as I am. People do face racism. Like, we've seen a huge increase in anti-Muslim hatred, certainly in the last couple of years.
On Gaza, do you think that's still a big factor in determining how many people are going to vote?
I think it is, and I think it's something that is across our communities. Here, we do the right thing, and we will stand up against an injustice, whether that's something that's happening, on our doorsteps or somewhere else. So I think it's just widespread, really, that people are really angry about how Labour has, failed to call it a genocide or have failed to sort of bring any measures in really against the Israeli government.